You don't make Offset money. What the fuck? You just doodled and scribbled all over your fucking face. You need to go to the mental hospital, yo.
Offset hooked up with Chrisean Rock.
She got
Music just sat in front of bootleg Kev and flat out said his ex, Chrisean Rock, got by Offset while he was still married to Cardi B, went ahead, showed the sex tape, and now Chrisean is melting down on live, saying he's lying on her name and using their baby as a weapon. I'm not exaggerating music this, y'all. On the Bootleg Kev podcast, Blueface starts off talking about how once Chrisean became an artist, she kept networking with rappers that music weren't really trying to work. He says dudes were just trying to be seen with her. Take your buzz, and she kept going music for it instead of locking in real features. Then Kev slides in the Offset question and Blue doesn't dodge music at all. Was this while y'all were together? No, I was already engaged with somebody else. Only reason I put that out there is cause he's gay, he's watching. Kev presses him again, like so she did that while Offset was still with Cardi. And Blueface just goes, yeah, no hesitation, no walking it back. And this isn't even music the first time he's pushed that story. Almost 2 years ago, when Chrisean covered up his face tattoo, he already tweeted that she Cardi B's husband. Music and blogs have been tracking this saga since then. Now, here's where it gets messy for Offset and Cardi too. Reports say Cardi was already over all the cheating drama, and this was one of the things that finally made her clock out of that marriage for real. Outlets pointed out that Offset and Cardi's divorce filing started rolling heavier music, 2024, and this alleged affair with Chrisean was part of what people think pushed it over the edge. But before music, we get deeper into Cardi and Offset. I want to show y'all how Chrisean reacted when Blueface basically leaked this whole story again and made music. It sound like there's receipts out there on her, and Offset that the internet just hasn't seen yet. Chrisean snaps and music ties it to their baby. So after that bootleg Kev clip started flying around, Chrisean hit live music and went off. She's not just saying it never happened. She's tying this straight to their son and accusing Blueface of trying to destroy both their names at once. In the live music stream, she literally starts crying and telling her fans, I don't know why his dad don't want to be in his life. The music main reason I've been crashing out is because I want his dad in his life. Don't talk about a sensitive matter like you telling music the truth. You trying to bash our names, take us down together. This is a precious kid, bro. That lie, that rumor came out 2 years ago. What the are you still talking about it for, bro? What are you talking about it for, bro? What are you talking for, bro? You don't make Cardi money. You don't make Offset money. And in the clip you can see the rage kick in when she addresses that Offset claim. She's calling cap, saying she never slept with Offset and accusing Blueface of running with a fake story because he knows the internet is obsessed with Cardi's love life. From her side, this isn't just a petty music body count rumor. She's framing it like Blueface is trying to paint her as this reckless home wrecker, so people stop seeing her as a mom and only see drama. And while Chrisean is begging people to focus on her child, Blueface's team is pushing the exact opposite narrative. His manager, Whack 100, went on multiple platforms claiming she was drinking, smoking, and not caring about her pregnancy at all. Something fans have been amplifying for months. She knew while she was pregnant that she was drinking, smoking, and doing whatever else. People kept recording her. There's videos of this. There's videos of this. Turned up big Henny bottles, right? So on one side you've got Chrisean saying, you don't care about our kid, you just want to bash us. And on the other side, you've got Whack and Blueface painting her as the reason their son might have developed mental issues and calling her unstable. Here's where I want y'all to really think. If Blueface truly believes she slept with Offset and he thinks music, she risked their son's health while pregnant, is this him exposing the truth, or is this revenge because music she embarrassed him publicly and moved on? Hold that thought, because once we bring in Offset, Cardi, and even this new Stefon Diggs music angle, it gets even nastier. Offset, Cardi, and the fan backlash. As you guys probably know, Offset and Cardi's relationship has been hanging by a thread for years with cheating music, scandals popping up over and over. So when Blueface throws Offset's name in this mess again, the internet doesn't just shrug, they go music straight for Offset's neck. Under all these posts, fans are writing stuff like Offset will hit anything. Cheating on Cardi B with Chrisean is absolutely music diabolical. Offset was all these nasty girls knowing he could infect Cardi with any disease and even transmit music HIV to the newborn baby. That's why he doesn't even deserve the dirt from the bottom of Cardi's shoes. Offset smashed music, the accessible slow girl with low self-esteem. And because she's a nobody, Cardi was able to take all her anger off on set. That's the part people don't always say out loud. It's not just Chrisean's music reputation on the line. Fans are dragging Offset like he was willing to risk Card's music, health, her pregnancy, and their newborn just to run around. And while all that is trending, another piece of the puzzle pops up. That IG model Jordan exposing DMs and claiming Offset music tried to use her to help set up Card's alleged new man, Stefan Diggs. She posted messages music like, "Send the drop or don't come back around," making it look like Offset was playing games with locations and pull-ups. So now we've got Offset accused of sleeping with Chrisean during his marriage. Music, Offset allegedly trying to spin the block around Ston Diggs and fans, saying he doesn't deserve the dirt on Card's shoes. All while Cardi is out here filing for divorce and publicly moving like she's done with the circus. And somehow Blueface is playing both sides of this. In one clip he's clearing Card's name, calling out that weird rumor that her BBL smells bad and saying, "Baby smelled very good." What did Cardi B smell like? Like roses, roses, like peaches and cream. Peaches and cream, you ain't no baby smell like a golden retriever. He was basically calling cap on that whole Cardi smells music story and saying he's not going to lie on her hygiene, so keep the contradiction here. He's defending Card's body and image on camera. Music, but he's also doubling down on a story that if true makes Offset look like he violated his wife with Chrisean, and if false turns both women into collateral music, damage for his little revenge story. Now, before we move to Blueface's full clapback mode, and how he keeps weaponizing Chrisean's past, ask yourself this. If Blueface really had a solid tape or undeniable receipt, why are we only hearing it in interviews and not seeing it in court in texts or in something more concrete? Music, because the way he's talking, he wants you to picture a whole tape in your head, even if nobody's actually seen one. Blueface claps back and music where this really goes. So let's talk about how Blueface is moving outside that one interview because the Offset music comment is just one piece of how he keeps spinning this Chrisean storyline. On social media, he's bragged about giving both of his baby mamas Chrisean and Jadon Alexis careers, calling them basic-looking music, and trash musically while still taking credit for their commute. That clip's been making rounds on the internet with him basically saying he turned them into artists' music from nothing. They seen what I do with both my baby mama, so very mediocre but they're trash. He's also out here doing wild viral bits like slapping a dude who tried his granny during a 20 versus 1 bit, keeping that I'm with all the smoke image alive while his personal life burns. Bro, stop touching my grandma. Don't touch my grandma one more time, bro. But it's just like bro, like it's just so hard for me to do it because she's just like so bad. Bro, I just told you not to touch my granny, you not to play with my gritty. And when it comes to Chrisean, he's not just saying she cheated. Blogs point out he went on radio and podcast calling her his worst ex, saying he left her in the desert and that he can't be successful with her attached to him. Meanwhile, her own sister has allegedly insinuated that Offset really did mess with Chrisean and even had her around his daughter, which only adds more smoke around this whole situation. So Blueface's clapback is bigger than one rumor. He's doubling down on the Offset story in every interview. Music, his team is tearing down Chrisean as a mother, putting all the blame for their son's challenges on her drinking and smoking while pregnant. He's trying to keep his own image clean enough to still move around podcast, clubs and brand deals after prison. Chrisean, on the other hand, is leaning heavily into faith, motherhood, and this narrative that she's just trying to protect her son from a dad who would rather humiliate her than co-parent. And caught in the middle of all of this Offset, who music, already has a long history of cheating allegations. Cardi B, who's trying to move on with her own life, music and new relationship, their kids, music, and Blueface and Chrisean's son who didn't ask for any of this. So let me throw it back to y'all. Do you think Blueface music is telling the truth about Chrisean and Offset and just doesn't care who gets hurt? Or is this a calculated smear to keep his name trending and music punish for not playing by his rules? Do you believe there's an actual tape out there? Or is he painting a picture so detailed that it feels like a leak, even if nobody ever sees real receipts? And if the Offset story is even halfway real, how much did Cardi know? And did it quietly push her to finally music walk away? Jump in the comments and let me know whose side you're leaning towards. Chrisean, Blueface, Offset, or everybody's wrong.